Have you ever felt like you are meant for more? Like you have a passion, something you absolutely love, something you know you're meant to do, you feel it in your bones, but the turning it into an actual business feels like a mystery, or you're wondering, should I even turn this into a business? Where do I even start? How can I make money doing what I love? Or maybe deep down, you're even wondering, can I even pull this off? There's this healthy dose of imposter syndrome mixed with this analysis paralysis in terms of what are your next best steps. If that sounds familiar, I see you and you are not alone. I too have been there, and I've coached so many people through the same types of questions and thought processes. And today I'm breaking down exactly how you can turn your passion into a profit and actually get paid for what you love, or how you can tell whether your passion can be profitable, because your passion isn't always necessarily meant to be turned into something profitable, right? I'll be sharing 3 major takeaways that will help you move from passion to paycheck. And by the end, you'll know the next step in your journey, whether you can make your dream business a reality and what you need to do. And here's the thing, if you are ready to stop overthinking and actually make this happen, I'm offering free clarity calls this week to help you map out your next move. If you want to go deeper after this episode, grab your spot. I will link to it in the episode description before they fill up. All right, so let's dive in. Hey there, my name is Anita, and I am a soul strategist and a life and business coach for soulful success. I firmly believe that there's no one-size-fits-all definition of success, and I'm on a mission to help you boldly redefine and reclaim your own unique definition of success so that you can live a life that feels aligned, authentic, and abundant to you, something I call soulful success. If that resonates, be sure to check out my content and let's keep going. So the first takeaway that I want to leave you with is that profit comes from solving problems, not just passion. So you've probably heard the advice before, follow your passion and the money will come. But let's be real, that's not the whole truth. Passion is great. And I would argue that if you want to experience success the soulful success way, passion is essential. You got to feel lit up by what you do in order to feel aligned, authentic, and abundant. But profit comes from solving problems, not just passion. Passion alone does not make a business profitable. Just because you have mad love for something does not necessarily mean make a business or a lifestyle that revolves around that. Okay? Passion might actually be able to live on its own, but profit comes from solving problems. So you want to make sure that your passion can be used or harnessed towards solving a problem. The formula that I want you to remember is passion plus a skill plus a problem or experience equals profit. So to figure out if you've got a passion that you can translate into a paycheck, this is the formula that you need to plug in. You need to make sure that you have a passion. What are you absolutely lit up about? Let's be honest. We spend the bulk of our life, a lot of our life, working. So whether we're working for somebody or working for ourselves, we want to feel really great and inspired by the work that we do. Could you do this job day in and day out and still feel lit up and excited and inspired? Sure, there might be some low moments, but overall, is it feeling good to you? That is where the passion checkmark comes in. So when it comes to skill, you can have a lot of passion and a lot of heart towards something, but be absolutely terrible at it, in which case you can't make that your life's work. If your life's work is dependent on this passion and you're not good at it, then it's not a place where you want to hang your hat. So you got to love something and you got to be good at something in order to potentially make it something that is profitable down the road. And when it comes to the problem part of this formula, again, I'm going to apply this from the lens of soulful success, right? When we are emanating from our highest and best resonance and we are loving on what we do and we're damn good at it and we want to share that gift and talent with the world to serve in the highest and best possible way, the problem is all coming from a place of service and intention. So what are you doing to serve your customer, whoever that might be, that might take advantage of your product or your service, your unique talent or gift that you have to offer? What is it that you are doing for them? Are you solving a problem? And this could also be subbed in with experience, right? Maybe you're not solving a problem, and we'll get to that in a minute. But perhaps you're saving them time. Maybe you're saving them money. Maybe you're saving them energy, right? By taking part in your product or service, they save hours of time. Like, what would people do for that? So much. So there must be something in it for the person that you're trying to support. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to come up with a product that is never existed before, right? You don't have to solve a problem that already isn't solved. You could just solve it better than the next guy. So maybe you're seeing a new gap that exists and you can fill it with your unique gift or skill that you're really good at. Or maybe the solution already exists, but you can take it up a level so that they get a different type of experience, or, you can bring your own even unique special sauce to it, right? So again, it doesn't necessarily have to be very different from what already exists. But is there a problem that somebody is willing to pay money to address? Usually it's in the form of time, money, or energy. And it's usually in the areas of, can it benefit their health? Can it benefit their relationships? Can it help benefit their money? Those are things that people tend to usually want to spend money on if they're experiencing a problem. Now, having said that, if you've got a passion, a unique gift or skill that you absolutely love, that you're good at, you can use it to solve a problem, either by enhancing something that already exists or creating a net new product or service, then there you have the conditions that are ripe for a business that would be profitable. You would also want to do your homework before you actually launch to make sure that this is a problem that in fact exists and that people would in fact pay for. You would go and you would test your product out. You would ask a lot of questions of people and do a lot of research. And again, I work on this with my people. So if you're interested, book that clarity call. So to summarize, your business needs to answer this question: what problem do I solve and for whom? So for example, if you love yoga, being just passionate about yoga is not enough to create this thriving business. But if you help busy moms reduce stress, so they're busy, they're stressed, they're looking for a way to reduce that stress through a 10-minute yoga flow, now that's a business. If you get the clarity about who you're serving and what problem you're solving, you're also getting very specific, which also helps marketing down the road. It's a complete snowball thing. But again, to figure out if something is profitable, you need to have something that you like and love, that you're good at, that solves a problem, and that people will actually want to pay you money for. And if you're sitting here thinking, I have no idea how to figure this out, let's chat. This is exactly what I help my clients with, both inside my group coaching program, the Successful Soulpreneur, or private one-on-one coaching. So I would absolutely love to hop on a quick 15-minute clarity call. Let's just shop your idea with me and let's figure this out together. I'm not always going to be available, but I have opened up my calendar for a few slots in the coming weeks. So be sure to take advantage of this opportunity while you have it. It's completely free. So the second takeaway that I want to leave you with to help you move from passion to paycheck is just start. One of the biggest mistakes I see new entrepreneurs make is that they wait until they feel ready. They think they need the perfect website, the perfect logo, they need to get their brand colors, they need to get their Instagram feed just so. Honestly, it's 1,000,001 things to figure out when you're just starting out. And that in itself is so overwhelming. And a lot of people, right before they get started, they get caught up in the weeds of figuring everything out before they even get started. I'm going to tell you that that is actually a protection mechanism. I know it because I did it. When I first started, I spent so much time on my website and I didn't need to do that. I spent so much time on my website that later on had a complete redo because once I got started, I got clarity about what I actually wanted to do and I redefined certain things and I needed to revisit that anyways. So my first piece of advice to you is to just get started. Successful entrepreneurs don't wait. They start messy and they figure things out as they go. I'll be honest, 3+ years into my entrepreneurship journey, I'm still noodling with things and changing things around. That website's always going to change. That about page is always going to change. Your offerings are going to change. Your Instagram algorithms are always going to change. You're always going to be figuring things out. So don't wait to figure out all those things that are like kind of what you think you need to get going. Just get going and do the actual thing that you absolutely love that is going to bring you the money. And then you get more time, you get more resources, you get more clarity about the work. And you can always be noodling and tinkering and up-leveling and all the other things. And trust me, there's always going to be things that you need to work on and upgrade and maintain in your business. Don't let that stop you from starting. So an action step that I want you to consider is think about what is one small step that you can take today to just get started. Maybe it's posting about your service, or maybe it's making a connection with somebody who you think could benefit from it. Or maybe it's booking a coffee date to shop your idea around and see if it has legs. Whatever it is, Just go out and do the thing, even if you're not ready. And again, if you need help figuring out what that thing is, I do have the time-limited opportunity for you to book in a quick 15-minute call with me where we can shop this out and we can figure out what that next best step is and get you on your way. I'll link to it in the episode description. And the last takeaway that I want to leave you with today is to build an audience, not just a business. To be quite honest, this isn't something that I quite appreciated until I was well into my entrepreneurship journey. So if this could save you some time and help you spread and scale and grow faster, then take it as a gift from me. The truth that might surprise you, that surprised me, is that no one is coming to your website just because you built it. You might have spent all this time and energy crafting such a beautiful piece of art that you're so proud to showcase that, has everything about you written on. But if nobody knows you, then they're not coming to that corner of your internet. And of course, there's this whole build a know, like, and trust factor, right? People need to get to know you. They need to get to trust that you have the solution to what they're looking for. Too many entrepreneurs create an offer and think, okay, now people will buy. But if you haven't built an audience first, no one even knows you exist. So people need to know about you. And my advice to you then is to start showing up now. Share your story, share your skills, share your gift, teach what you know, provide value. And remember, we're coming at this from a soulful success way. So serve before you sell. It might mean that you're showing up and doing things like doing videos on YouTube where you're just offering your expertise and your advice from your own journey to help somebody else in their journey. Because when you focus on building that trust, then people like you and they think of you as their person. And then when it comes time to sell something or solve their problem, the sales will take care of themselves. So an action step that I'm going to leave you with here is to choose one platform. There are so many, and don't get mired in the details, but where are your people? Where can you best share your goods, your services, your skills, and build that connection, whether it be through a blog, a podcast, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever, email. Email is actually the gold standard, but whatever it is, commit to showing up consistently to serve your people, to help them get to know you, and to build your platform, even if it feels like no one is watching. There's been times where my master classes have sold out like gangbusters, and other times where it's pretty crickets. At the end of the day, if you've made a commitment to serve and you're showing up and claiming the time and space to do that, then just show up and pour it out with your heart. And trust that the right people will come when the time is right. And once again, if you want to skip the guesswork and learn exactly how to attract the right audience, let's talk. I do have those clarity calls that you can take advantage of for a limited time only. We covered a ton of ground. Let's recap here. The first takeaway that I want you to walk away with is profit comes from solving problems, not just passion. So you can't just love what you do and monetize that magic. You got to love what you do and be good at it and solve a problem that somebody would be willing to pay for. Now, if you love something, that's more of a hobby. Or if you love something and you're good at it, that could potentially be a hobby. But you need to satisfy the solving a problem bucket that somebody will pay for in order to actually have something that is profitable. Number 2, start before you're ready, right? Clarity comes from action. So if you're wondering if you can monetize this magic, take it out and test it out. Talk to people, start offering it for money, see how it feels. Sometimes people don't like combining their passion with their livelihood. It takes some of the magic out. Just be open and lean into your passion and your curiosity and treat this like an experiment. Right? Number 3, build an audience first and then a business. There's no such thing as build it and they will come. So if you've got a passion and you decide that you want to monetize it, if people don't know you exist, then they're not going to be buying your service. So you won't be making any profit. However, you're putting yourself out there and that's a pretty awesome thing too. So always build your audience. You can always do it in tandem with your business, but if you have an audience first, you'll be able to scale and grow your business if that is something that you wish to do. If you're listening to this and thinking, this is a lot and I need help with this, then here's your invitation to just book in for a chat with me. As I mentioned, I've opened my calendar for a few clarity calls this week. It's time limited and there's completely no pressure. It's not a sales pitch or anything like that. This is just me offering you support to help you get unstuck and to help you map out your next move. So go grab that spot before they fill up. If you love this episode, please drop in the comments what your biggest takeaway from this is or what your next best step is. I'd love to hear from you. That's it for today, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.